develop yourself and you know the direction that you want to go in your business, with yourself, with your life. And Dani hit on it greatly earlier. You know, you need to have a mentor for your past, someone that was living where you were in the past, someone that's living where you are now, and someone that's where you want to be. And also, I say you need to have a mentor for every single aspect of your life, because it's very important that you have someone that's shown a level of success in every area of your life that you want to strengthen. So, you know, finding mentors is key. So personally developing yourself and showing that level of persistence goes hand in hand for me, because, you know, it's easy to be just blind faith, well, it's not easy to have blind faith, excuse me. people think I'm crazy because of my faith, but, you know, when you have that blind faith and you're just going to go no matter what, then good. That's what's up. But a lot of people aren't like that. So being persistent is not something that comes easy to people. And, you know, when you're going somewhere and you have a vision of what you want to accomplish and you hit a wall, it's, oh man, it's a wall right here. It's nothing I can do. I look to my right, all I see is wall. I look to my left, all I see is wall. I look up, I can't see the top of the wall. I don't have the tools to dig under this wall. I don't have the tools to go around. I can't figure it out, so they just quit. And a persistent person who, you know, is personally developing themselves, they may look at different things that someone else did to get around that wall, to get through that wall, to go over that wall, to go under that wall, and now they have the tools to really be more persistent, to say, okay, so-and-so did this to get through this wall. Let me do that and see if it works. Okay, that didn't work. So-and-so else did this to get around that wall. Let me try that. So developing yourself is very key to how you are persistent in your business, Dani.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that you can't stop working to develop yourself. Develop professional and self-development, spiritual development, emotional development, that's all a part of the process. And as you can't grow unless you are continually finding ways to refine and redefine who you are.
Mm-hmm.
A successful entrepreneur, someone who is even happy in their life overall, has learned how to take a trial or something negative and transform it and make it work for their good. So yeah, it might sting a little at first, but they have found a way to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to take what happened, tweak it, and make it work for my good. So I'll tell you a story. For instance, I was fired from 2 jobs within 4 months of each other. And after that, I had this time where I felt like a failure because I had never been fired from anything. It wasn't even a thought for me. I was like, you know, fired. But I realized that I wasn't necessarily fired because I didn't do a good job. I was fired because I didn't fit the culture of where I was.
Mm-hmm.
And God was really showing me some different things that allowed me to see that He was preparing me for something greater. And because of the job losses, I was able to start my own business. I took what I learned from my career and I started my business.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would not have done that had I not lost my job.
Yep.
But the flip side is, I also could have taken the job loss as something so terrible and so negative that it would have distracted me and pushed me away from actually living out a dream and living in my calling. But I had people around me that were able to help me see that this wasn't the end.
Yep.
You know, and that this, you know, just because on the outside and even to society being fired may make you look like a failure, I was not a failure. In fact, the those two failed employment opportunities me up for so much more success than I probably ever would have experienced had I not lost the job.
Yep. That's how it is. And, you know, that goes with your mindset and the way you look at things, the perspective that you look at different aspects of your life. If you can work on your mind to that extent that, you know, whatever it is that you're going through in life, whatever happens, whatever's thrown your way, you can make a positive spin on it. Trust me, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But when you can take a positive outlook on every single aspect of your life, it's just going to make things so much easier and better for you in the end. And, you know, people always talk about, you know, the hater people. You know, everyone has haters, and as the now infamous, the past famous Cat Williams once said, if you only got 5 haters, by the end of this day, you need to figure out how to get more. You need to figure out how to get more haters, because, you know, the haters flock to people that are doing great things. I mean, that's normally the case. You know, people hate because you have what they want or something of that nature. So, you know, it's haters out there that always hit you with that, oh, so and so was lucky. It was just luck. You know, that's the only reason why they're successful. They got lucky. They got that lucky break. This happened, that happened. But understanding that, you know, it's not really luck. You know, when you develop yourself to that level, when you study and you go hard to learn as much as you possibly can, and you're out there, you're going out there and getting it each and every day, when something happens that people would call a lucky situation, it's not really a lucky situation. It's just the way it was called to happen. But if you're not prepared to handle that when it comes your way, then you just miss that opportunity. And life is full of opportunities. Business is full of opportunities. Being an entrepreneur is full of so many different opportunities. So you want to be that person that's always ready, always prepared. And with that mindset to know that, yo, I just got fired from this job, man. Dang. What am I going to do? Boom. I know exactly what I'm going to do, because that was a blessing in disguise. I was sitting here thinking for months and months and months about having time to do this. I wanted to do this for a while. You know, I just never had the time. It was about 7 years ago. I was working in warehousing, and anyone that knows anything about warehousing, normally the hours are retarded. You either have one of the 3 shifts. You have your 7 to 3, your 3 to 11, or your 11 to 7, the graveyard shift. And when you're in a big warehouse, they always go by seniority. So the people that have been working there the longest, they always get the good first shift, 7 to 3. They're done. They have their day. Then when you're new, you get stuck on the 2nd or 3rd shift. And the 2nd shift, I call it no life shift, because, you know, you're working during the peak hours of the day. So if you're a night person that you like going out, hanging with people, you know, normally by the time you get off work, everybody's done. They're in the house, they're chilling. So you're stuck. And then you're home. 9 out of 10 times you don't go straight home and go to sleep. So you're up for a while, you know, then you go to sleep, and then it seems like you wake up and it's like, oh shoot, I gotta go to work. You know, you don't have time to really get up and do stuff in the morning. And then you have the graveyard shift where, you know, trying to figure out how the timing to get to sleep, and you're missing out on key hours. And so for me and my entrepreneurial path, it was, man, I like the money in warehousing. I was making good money, and for me, I wanted to have a good amount of money so I could do more things with my kids. And so I would be working. I'm like, yes, I'm getting this money. We could do this, we could do that. But then I realized, I was working, and these hours were so stupid. I didn't have the time to do the things with my kids because of the hours that I was working. So it was like, dang, especially when I was working 2nd shift. My kids were in school all day. By the time I got off work, by the time I had to go to work, they were getting out of school. And now I'm at work the rest of the night. By the time I got off work, they're in bed asleep. So I never got to see my kids. So it was like, all right, you know what, this not going to work. So then I tried to switch to 3rd shift, the graveyard shift. I'm not a graveyard person. I can't do it. My body was a struggle, and I was tired all the time. So I went to that aspect. And so then it was like, all right, what am I going to do? So you struggle with that mentality of, I need to do this, I need to do that. And so it was a point when I was working in warehousing and I lost my job. It was like, dang, yo, this money, I'm not gonna have this money. What am I supposed to do? And so that's when I really started kicking it in as far as writing. I had some ideas on some things I wanted to do at that time, but I really didn't have the time to really go hard like I wanted to. I used to get off of work about 2 a.m. and I would go home and I would play around on my website that I had that I was trying to create something special with, and it just wasn't working. And so when I lost my job, I realized that, I actually have time now. And, being a parent, being a father, trying to blend the right aspect of what you're supposed to do with your children, a lot of parents, they want to buy their children's affection and their love. They want to buy them all the things that they want, all the things that they think they should have, but then they're missing out on key times. And then you have those that may not have the money to do a lot of things that they want to do, and so therefore they may be depressed about things, so they just may not do the things that they need to do. And then, you have those that just want to spend the time. And I've learned from my memories as a child and through the different things with my children, the time is what's important. So, understanding and taking a positive outlook on everything that happens in your life. Me losing my job, it was like, yes, I have more time to work on my business, to work on my writing career, and work and spend more time with my children. So, yeah, I was missing that money at the time, but it makes it so much easier. And it's a trained thing. It's a trained thing. You have to train yourself to start thinking in certain ways and start looking at things. Dani said, what if the what if was different? You can look at things and say, dang, what if I fail? But what if I succeed? You have to have that what if positive mentality at all times. So, Dani, I mean, it's very important to understand that, luck is not really an issue. It's not really a thing. It's just being prepared when those opportunities arise that you're able to take advantage of them. So, what do you think about luck in that aspect, Dani?
I don't necessarily believe in luck. I believe in preparation, and I think that when preparation meets opportunity, it's passed off as luck.
Mm-hmm.
But you wouldn't have that opportunity if you weren't prepared.
Yeah.
You can't accept something that you're not prepared for.
Yeah.
And so I believe in constantly making sure you are in position to do what you are called to do. So when God gets ready to move you to your next level, you can't say, oh, well, wait. Because when God says, okay, I need you to go to Paris for this next job opportunity, and you say, oh, but I don't have a passport. Why do you, in 2016, I don't care how broke you think you are, get your passport, because opportunity might arise and that trip might be paid.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, no one's going to wait for you to get prepared.
Yeah.
God is putting us in positions right now where He's like literally defining our future for us and revealing pieces of our future so that when He says go, we can go. We don't have to wait and do anything. We can just get up and go. So it's not about luck. It's about God saying, this is your next move.
Mm-hmm.
Now go.
Yep.
And you're prepared for it, so you don't have to ask for permission. You don't have to say, are you sure? Or you don't have to say, okay, I still need to do X, Y, and Z. You can say, hey, I've been waiting on this. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
It's all everything that we do resume